First thing I gotta say of this entire video is read 'em and weep. I was right. Let's go. Let's go. I was right, bro. Man. So I know this is a little late, but what I'm referring to is the character reveal at Genesis, and I was right. And I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about that Olympia was the next character revealed, and what this can mean for the future of the game, and what I hope Olympia brings into the game. And honestly, I want to ask a couple questions to the people, and yeah, let's get it started. Now, first thing I want to say is, yo, Plup winning Genesis 10 2 for Rivals of Aether 2? My goodness, dog. I was fully ready for Cake Assault to take the crown, but you know what? Plup winning, hopefully this encourages people from other games, and it shows them that, hey, you can make it far and even defeat some of Rivals 1's finest, and you too can climb the mountaintop and not get discouraged because you didn't hop on to the series early on. That's not the main thing though I want to talk about. I mostly want to talk about Olympia and what this can mean for Rivals of Aether 2. And also, I want to throw this out there first for people that are crying that Olympia is next. And honestly, the only people that are allowed to really whine and complain are Absa mains and Hodan mains, because buddy boy, you guys got hoed so bad in the trailer that dropped at Genesis. Cause goddamn, that's twice now they've teased Absa, and goddamn, dude, they even gave Hodan a voice actor. That is insane. Like, yo, that is just next level trolling, man. I can't believe it. And the reason why I feel this way is because, guys, I got two questions for you. First of all, who in the blue hell would you put in first before Olympia that has a simple as hell moveset that seems very easy on paper to port over from Rivals of Aether 1 to Rivals of Aether 2, and is also satisfying as shit to hit? Like, and that like looks really devastating and cool to watch it from the outside perspective. Like, take off your Rivals 1 spectacles for a sec. Question 2, being the most important question, is, again, who else would you put into Rivals of Aether 2 when Evo is around the corner? What's another FGC light character that we got from Rivals 1 that they could port over? The only one I can think of is Hodan, because he's a charge character, and as shown, he's also well versed in martial arts. There's plenty of issues though with bringing in Hodan right now though. First off, he is way out there for a character in this early into this game's lifespan. The main one being, that's another heavyweight water character. Remember what happened last time we brought in one of those? They literally put Aether into rehab, and the best he got at Genesis was 33rd, and in which, shoutouts to both players who got 33rd, solo maining Aether. Shoutouts to It's Cyan, and shoutouts to Mount Kitty. You guys are the GOATs. But back on topic, I genuinely think that FGC players would gravitate towards Olympia. And honestly, can't you really blame them? So why wouldn't you have Olympia at the ready when Evo's around the corner? Tell me, what other character would you put in? I genuinely think Sylvanos wouldn't cut it. I genuinely think Absa and Malo especially wouldn't cut it around this time. Are you serious? This is honestly just coming from someone that's just baffled at the complaining when the stars really aligned for Olympia this time around. I understand why people didn't want Aether in the first place, but like, yeah, no, it made sense though. But in this case, it's like, it feels like they would be foolish not to port over Olympia now. However, now moving on to actually gushing about this character. One thing I also want to get out of the way is some of her move changes, or some of her moves getting swapped around. Her down smash from Rivals of Aether 1 is now special get up attack, and oh my god, dude, thank god, that was gonna be annoying to deal with. I'm glad that this is the change, cause dude, nah, this would not have been fun to deal with. Because not only do you have a move of like, yeah, it gets powerful as you charge it, but it also expands on range. So yeah, I am very grateful that it's just special get up attack now. And her side special ends up being now a command grab, which honestly might end up being more disgusting, but we'll find out when we actually get to play her. But either way, in the trailer, it looks really sick. And I'm pretty sure it feels sick to hit with, like, off stage. And not only that is her side special command grab, but she can also grab the crystal and just plant it again. And if you're within that vicinity, you're also getting caught in the crystal. Oh, in which, by the way, since we're now going to talk about that, where Olympia's main gimmick is that not only can she hit really, really hard, she could also hit you really, really hard, and if you're caught within, like, her main gimmick being crystal, where she just pops a crystal and you are now immobile. And my goodness, now that Drifty Eye is gone, good luck. I think it's just a complete wash from there. It's like a free punish or a free kill confirm from here on then, when you get caught into the crystal. So not only can she make you immobile by command grabbing the crystal and smacking it into the ground, and if you're in the vicinity, you're caught in it, or with crystal pop, you also have to contend with grab special pummel, which also makes you immobile and in the crystal. Like, that is absurd. You are now gonna be afraid of getting crystallized. And that also leaves her open to just regular pummel into imagination. I imagine a combo being normal pummel, down throw, down tilt into up special, and that probably killing, which is honestly a shock, because who would have thought that Olympia breaks the rules of it's illegal to kill off the top, unlike where Claren and Zetterburn are not allowed to kill off the top with their up special. And this honestly brings me to the next part of the video of like what I hope Olympia brings into Rivals of Aether 2. Because so far, just from watching the trailer, it looks like she brings in the ruthless aggression that I've been kind of missing from Rivals of Aether 1, while being able to keep most of her kit relatively the same. And it really looks the same this time in terms of like animation, like what it does, like how far it sends, like just from watching the trailer. Because you can make the argument that, oh hey yo, Craig kept the same kit, and Forsburn as well as Edalus all kept the same kit, and they relatively do the same things, but there's a difference of like what I'm seeing. With Craig, he became bigger and slower, and thus like kind of really had to slow down like how he played from Rivals 1 to Rivals 2, which honestly, you know what? Sure, fine, fair enough, you got me there. With Edalus, they made him bigger and slower, thus like why I keep making the joke that he was literally put into rehab before entering Rivals of Aether 2. Because, like, if you saw Edalus movement from Rivals 1, you would think, like, how was this character, like, considered, like, bottom 5 or bottom 3 to, like, a lot of the player base? Like, this is insane. A heavyweight that moves absurdly fast? He doesn't move fast at, like, all when comparing the speed from Rivals 1 to Rivals 2. As well as his moves, like not functioning, like, as well from going from Rivals 1 to Rivals 2. With Forsburn, it feels different, where his punishes don't feel as earned to some veterans of the series, and it doesn't feel as earned because a lot of his moves feel super safe on shield. Oh, you can just FK into imagination. Oh, you like spaced it kind of correct. Oh, well, they can't really hit you, otherwise they're eating a dagger to the face. Oh, you can just bear relentlessly on their shield and they can't do anything about it. You can cross up with bear. Oh yeah, like, yeah, no, I understand the sentiment, or at least that's how I feel, honestly, playing Forsburn sometimes. But Olympia, it looks different because she's able to just do this. It looks like she's able to do the same things from Rivals 1 to Rivals 2, where she hits absurdly hard, has like a ridiculous recovery if you know how to, like, if you've been like in the lab doing it and doing it in practice, as well as the fact like she like looks like she pulls off the same offstage pressure that she can do in Rivals 1, as well as like putting the fear in you of like, dude, I really do not want to get hit by this character, otherwise like I am getting hit for a billion. Yeah, her movement's slow, it seems like, it seems like it's the same slow movement, but there were ways to circumvent that in Rivals 1 with her focus dash and as well as baby dash. And maybe those will really play into a factor for Rivals of Aether 2. Another thing I hope that she brings is, like, I hope she brings the new players, because she is likely going to be a very beginner-friendly character, like, obscenely beginner-friendly, as well with, like, a very, very high skill ceiling to grow with. Because, like I said, this character in Rivals 1 had, like, an absurd, like, offstage pressure if you know what you were doing, and you're able to make it back even like when you're like knee deep into the blast zone. And like that's another thing I didn't mention way earlier. She's like very beginner friendly and can probably teach players on like how to like really extend your combos, and as well as to like not blow out all your resources like immediately when trying to recover back to stage. And like I said earlier, with Evo being around the corner, like there's like a plethora of new eyes on this game at Evo. So again, why not maximize it with Olympia, a really beginner friendly character that is like also rewards you if you decide to really hit the lab and grind out like all the combo routes that this character can deliver. That's gonna be it for me for now, or at least for this video. I genuinely think Olympia was the correct choice for character number 2 for Rivals of Aether 2. And let me know if you agree, or if you still think they should have gone for somebody different, especially with 2 big events coming up, that being Battle BC and Evo. And as some of you don't know, I'm part of the creator program for Rivals of Aether 2, so be sure to use creator code 1Outcast in Rivals of Aether 2 when you decide to buy bundles. So you can get bucks like Milwaukee, bonus Aether bucks, and then you can ball like a Laker in game. And yeah, so it's kind of a win-win because it helps me out. Like I get a percentage of that. And also, if you like the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to enjoy me more on a consistent basis, I stream. Typically, I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays on Twitch. And but that's still subject to change because my day job likes changing schedules that work. So there's that. And if you don't like Twitch and just want to stay on YouTube, I stream on YouTube on the same days at the same time. So even more incentive to subscribe to the channel. And you know what? It's free. So there's that. And yeah, be sure to follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates. I promise I will use these more often. I keep forgetting I have these. And yeah, peace.